Old Jack Pudding, given over to drink, as is so often the case with men of that sort, was walking down the King's Road after a heavy session in the Pig's Ear on a Friday afternoon. Foregoing custom, he urinated against the alloy wheels of one of them big, horrible Porsche 4x4s, an essential vehicle in Chelsea, of course, before moving on to the dishearteningly long journey home. It did not seem to him that he was drunk, because such things as may be seen on the King's Road of a Friday afternoon very closely approximate inebriated hallucination. But after a fray in a children's clothing shop, where he distinctly ordered a falafel, and when the nubile of not yet 18 years responded in such a way as to suggest that he was, indeed, very sloshed, it dawned upon him. Neither did it take him long to realize that the effort to get home quickly in order to shut the world out was a very silly one. So instead, he lolled around, quite within the realms of 7 pints and a Scotch for the road, and watched it all go by like an extended comedy feature. But then there came a strange moment, when the liquid seemed to lose its harsh effects, and Jack Pudding, in the throes of a strong craving for nourishment, and to the astonishment of a woman who resembled a bean-bag, cried out loud, "No. Back up a bit. I got myself a bit confused there. I thought I forgot what Jack Pudding said, but the whole point of the story was that Jack Pudding didn't say anything. In fact, Jack Pudding forgot how to speak. Or so we assumed, because he hasn't said a word to this day. It seemed that something happened to him down on the King's Road that afternoon. He jumped up from the bench he was sitting on outside the gelaterie by the Duke of York's headquarters, raised his finger toward the slate-grey sky, and said aloud, "Nothing." And yet he said nothing, with such a profound sense of purpose, with such zeal and trepidation, that people just stopped and stared at him. A woman, distracted from her shopping, came over to see if she could help this sorry-looking man, but instead burst out laughing at the very idea she could possibly help anybody. An elderly gentleman in yellow socks tried in vain to speak reason with old Jack Pudding, but no sooner had he opened his lips, realized that his charitable thoughts were fatuous and false. Old Jack Pudding, eh? Touched by Dionysus he was. If nothing else could be said of him, it could be said that he had the power to make anyone feel selfish.
Claudia!